Hey, Gecko and Isopod fans, this is Wally with Supreme Gecko. I have a problem. The problem is that we do reptile shows and it's hard to show our animals. We stack them up, but they never ever show the right way. There's got to be a better solution. Well, we might have that solution right here in this box. Let's check it out. Wally, what do you mean you can't show your animals? Well, we have deli cups. We put our animals in deli cups and we stack them on the table. And that looks okay, but sometimes we have a lot of animals and we stack one on top of the other. Well, go to a display case. Well, we went to a display case. In fact, we went with 4 display cases, and that works really well. When you put in a display case, I tell you what, you really take a lot of real estate on your table. So there has to be a better way. I recently found on social media this fellow that's selling something very, very special from Gecko Harmony LLC. So on social media, I saw these pictures of how Daniel has his animals set up, and he's actually doing a display setup that is very, very different. So I talked to Daniel and I said, how can I get one of these displays and show it in our videos, show it in social media ourselves? And we went back and forth with the pricing and all the details and everything. And finally, Daniel said, what's your address? I wasn't sure what was going on, so I sent him my address. And guess what? We have a box. Now, I'm going to get a hold of Daniel afterwards and work out the details for him shipping this and what he didn't charge us. But I've got to show you this. This might take some setting up, but we'll take a look. I'm telling you, folks, this is so very unique. This is something that actually I was thinking of a while back of doing myself, asking somebody to 3D print, and it took a little bit of working around and I never got to a final product. Let's take a look at this. Okay, Daniel sent over some cards. Again, Daniel from Gecko Harmony. I'm just going to drop this on the floor. Nanette can pick it up later. Oh my gosh. Now, Daniel asked me what my favorite color is, and can you guess what my favorite color is? Well, if you know that if it's done the certain color, it's going to really stand out. Wait until you, oh my gosh, wait until you see this. Are you ready? We're going to set this out, folks. And hopefully I don't knock everything over, but let's give it a try. So Daniel didn't just send one, he sent 2. So again, I'm going to have to talk to Daniel about the finances of this whole project here. Now you're asking, what even is this? Well, I've always had the idea, and Daniel obviously took this to heart and moved forward with the process, but I've always had the idea of not having deli cups stacked on the table 2 or 3 or 4 high, but actually having some kind of a stand so you could display the deli cups at an angle, but more of a tower like this. Now, I don't know what Daniel calls this, and if he calls it a certain name, I'll put it right here. But let's take a look at how this is all put together. So what do you think, folks? Is this going to stand out at a reptile show? I really think it will. Let me get this all unpacked. I think what we'll do is we'll set one of these up with some deli cups so you can see what it's going to look like on a reptile table, on a reptile show table. Okay, I think you can kind of see how this is going. I'm sure I'm going to have to take a look at a picture of how he has it set up so I can arrange these at the right size. I'm going to grab some deli cups. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, it literally took me 1 minute to figure out how this was all put together, how the holders were supposed to go. It's that easy. Take a look at this, folks. Let's see if I can do this backwards. That quick. And this will tear down in probably about 30 seconds. So what's the deal with this thing? Well, you can kind of see. We've tried one right here, and this will go something like this. No tops, no animals in here. No tops and no animals in here right now, but I think I should have probably worked from the bottom. Maybe I should have worked from the front. But I think that you get the idea of how this is going to show the animal so much better. So in this small area, this is probably about a little over a foot by a foot by a foot. I have 15 deli cups arranged to show off the animals. 15, folks. And I tell you what, once you get the animals in here, they're going to look really super nice to people looking at this. And you know what? The best part of all, it's orange. Can you believe this? It's actually Supreme Gecko orange. But instead of them laying on the table, and they're light enough because and I'll be able to work on. It's super easy to put together, even for me. So practiced a couple times at home first. Yeah, it took me about 10 minutes to get the first one, and then it's like, oh, I know how it goes. That's awesome. That sounds awesome. Going and everything. What? Gotta get the car. Oh. If interested. This guy's a super, super nice guy too. Super nice guy. It's orange. How could I have an issue with it? I'm going to thank Dan from Gecko Harmony LLC. Daniel, thank you so much for this. This is, I think, for us, for Supreme Gecko, this is going to be groundbreaking because we can get up 2 displays, show 30 animals so people can actually see the animals. Perfect. Works for me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.